and welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Isabella. I'm an author and digital content creator here on YouTube, and today we're going to be talking about my February writing goals and also my February writing routines. So this month I have to basically make a couple of routines because it hasn't been working out, and also my timetable is fluctuating a lot for university and also work, so there's just a lot of things to consider this month. But before we get right into the routines, let's begin talking about my goals and why I kind of need these routines. So this month we are going to be aiming to write quite a few things actually, and yeah, I might need to rethink these goals now that we're already 7 days in. Yes, it is the 7th of February when I'm filming this. Yes, it's late, but it is literally how life has been going, and we will do a little bit of a life update eventually, but I am planning on doing that in a weekly vlog that should be coming soon. But this month we're going to be trying to finish draft 1 of Project Wishes. Yes, I know this book has literally been on my goals list for like months now, and I'm still not done. I haven't even touched the book, to be completely fair, and I don't know, I feel like everything about this book is not that I hate it, but I feel like I am so like in the mood of writing like petty poetry or like really sad poetry that ends up uplifting. This is technically not so far off from it, but it does have more of a business kind of storyline, and it does have more of a fictitious kind of story, so it does feel more like a novel just written in a poetry format. So I feel like that's the only part that's really stuffing me over, because I really have to get back into the story, and since I haven't touched this book in over a year, I'm gonna have to read everything all over again. So it's definitely going to be interesting. That's going to be one of my main goals. I do want to focus on another book that you guys definitely know and probably are sick of me saying and repeating every single goals video as well. That is Project B. But the only difference is I don't want to finish draft 1 of this book. I want to get up to draft E. Now, have I actually started working on this book since I set this goal? No, I haven't. And I don't know if I ever will, because it's just something that's in the back of my mind, but I don't really see it as a priority for myself right now, and it's definitely not a book I'm focusing my energy on, to say the least. The next one we're gonna try and get around to is Project Academia. This one I just really put for more fun kind of purposes. I haven't really worked on the story in ages, and I don't really know how to feel about it. Like, I'm still outlining it because once again it does kind of follow a story kind of format, so it will be following 2 characters, but it will be in a poetry format. So I just want to try and finish the outline and potentially draft 1. It shouldn't be overly long from my plan, but I guess only time will tell when we do start writing and putting words down. But I'm praying this goal might get achieved, because I have started working on it actually, and hopefully, just hopefully, we do hit this goal. Project Brokenhearted. Now, I did put this in my January goals, and I completely didn't even touch the book. I had the goal. I finished this draft back in December of 2024, and I was like, January is going to be a revising month. It's going to be focusing on Project Photo and Project Brokenhearted, and I only focus on Project Photo. I didn't even touch this book, to be fair, and that's okay because we learn from our mistakes. Now, I would ideally love to finish draft 2 or even start draft 2 of this book, because just getting ahead of that and obviously reaching the first beta round, which is what my goal is for February, that would be so beneficial. I just kind of want to get my books in the works. Obviously, if you watch my 2025 goals videos or my publishing plans for 2025, you will know I'm aiming to publish 10 books. Which may seem insane, but because they're all poetry collections, it seems kind of more doable, and because I am getting a lot of free time, quote unquote, we will talk about that in a bit, it just feels like it is attainable to me. But Project Brokenhearted, I really just need to get myself into gear. Like, literally, it is not the hardest book to edit, but because it feels really daunting since there's over 300 pages of poetry to go through, I don't really know how to feel about it. Originally it was going to be similar to like Everything I Couldn't Say, or just like in the sense that it has like a storyline where it goes from sad to happy, or like self-love in a way. But now that I've kind of written the first draft, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. I think it's more just going to be for the vibes. So we'll see how it goes, especially when it comes to the editing round. And I would be very happy if I could just get it sent to beta readers this month, like I need to revise it, and I know there's a lot to revise because there's over 300 poems, so something must have gone wrong in there, but I just don't want to do it right now because it's just a lot of work and I'm scared that I'm going to overcommit to my book and then I'm going to like suffer in some other area of my life. Moving on, we have the To Be Loved series, and I'm still working on the first book and first poetry collection, which is the photographer trope. So this is the To Be Loved by a Photographer book, and for the poetry collection at least, I want to try and get draft 1 written. I have outlined everything, I've got everything done, I just haven't started writing. And yeah, that's kind of like one of the hardest things for me, and that is actually starting the draft. Like I can plan as many things as I want, but if I never actually sit down and start the draft, it's never gonna happen. I have so many poetry collections that are fully planned on my laptop, ready just for me to write, and I just haven't, so we're not going to talk about it. For the novel component of the series, I have been planning on outlining or finishing the first outline. If you don't know my process, it basically is a 2 outline process. So I'll outline before I start writing draft 1, write draft 1, and then I usually have a lot of like random plot holes that I just created while drafting. So I go back and outline again for outline 2, which is my more concrete outline and basically what is going to actually stay in the book. So that is that. I want to finish the first outline at the very least, because who knows, I want to kind of start drafting this book and maybe make an actual start on the series, because right now all we have is like nothing. Okay, not nothing, we do have something, but it feels really empty, and I want to try and get a move on with the series because it seems really fun, it's really enjoyable, and who knows, maybe one day we will end up publishing it, but right now it just seems like it's all up in the air because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm planning on doing with the series. I just know I want to write it for fun because it's so cute. You are probably sick of this goal as well, and this is more of a goal I put hypothetically, so I'm not going to be mad if I don't hit it, but it would be so good if we did. And that is finishing draft 1 of Project Letters. Yes, we have talked about this book a lot. Yes, I have been mentioning it in a lot of vlogs and videos and just never doing the goal. It is a novel, and to be fair, I have made progress. I did start drafting, and I think I'm still in the middle of chapter 1. Okay, never mind, I'm not in the middle. I am at the very beginning of chapter 1. We're getting somewhere. We have started the draft in January, and I'm really happy with how it is going. But I want that book to stay fun, stay enjoyable for myself, and not make a pressure. It shouldn't be pressurizing if something you do is your hobby and also kind of your job. So I want to keep it as happy as possible. Plus it is part of another video series, well, not series, another video that I'm doing, and that video has been in the works since 2023. So technically I'm not like completely off with how I'm doing this, so who knows, maybe if we finish draft 1, that video might actually get published before 2026 gets here. So finally, my last goal is once again another hypothetical goal, and that is going to be finishing the first outline of the dystopian romantic thriller. I did include this in January as a hypothetical goal as well, and the only reason it's a hypothetical goal is I don't write thrillers. I do write primarily romance and poetry, and I do love thrillers. I really want to try my hand at it, but because it's dystopian and romantic as well, I don't really want to make it seem like there's so many elements. So I kind of just want to see how I like this. If I feel like the idea is worth kind of like fleshing out and, you know, revising and all of that, then I might come back to it. But right now I just want to get an outline for this because I have scenes in my head that would work really well in this book, but it's not like I can see a whole story just yet. Those are the goals for February, so who knows, maybe we'll hit them, maybe we won't, but I'm praying that we do because I really want to try. This month is already like 1 week down, but it's okay because we are making progress in our goals, and that is what matters. How do I plan to achieve these goals, and also how in the world am I going to hit my 10 book goal at the end of 2025? And that is my writing routines for this month. So I have kind of 3 routines, and the first one is an overall routine, so I kind of just want to achieve overall in February, and I don't care the time frame for this, and that is I want to try reading at least 2 books in the month. So in January I said I wanted to read, write and listen to music. So instead of reading every time I started a writing session or after a writing session, I was kind of realizing that wasn't really sustainable for me in the long run. And yes, it is good because we should be reading books as writers, and it's just fun to read books as well. But I was kind of getting really stressed about it, especially once uni started, and I was like starting to panic because I felt like I was like missing things. I wasn't taking things off my to-do list and all of that. So it wasn't really good for my mental health, let's just say that. But also it felt really stressful, and I didn't want my writing routine to stress me out. I wanted it to be something easy and something I could do. Instead of reading every day well, not every day, every writing session day, I'm just gonna try and aim to hit 2 books this month. And I have already finished 1 book. It was an audiobook, I will be honest, but I'm still counting that. I'm really excited to get back into reading. Is my camera out of focus? Okay. So yeah, I'm really excited to get back into reading. I haven't chosen what my second book is, but I am in the middle of 2 novels that I'm reading physically. I'm in the middle of 1 ebook that I'm reading as well. And I have started another audiobook, but it is more of a non-fiction kind of self-help book. So that's not really my main priority, to be fair. But it is good to read and listen to those. The next one is more for the sake of I want to keep my creativity going, and I don't know if this is just a me thing because I've kind of integrated it into my routine since high school, but working out before or after a writing session really helps me stay in the creative zone and also be more creative. I don't know if that's just weird. I don't know why I do that. I don't know what's going on with my brain, but it works for me, okay? So I'm gonna aim to work out 3 times a week, and I'm mostly aiming on non-uni days for these workouts right now because obviously I'm at uni for incredible periods of time and it's really long. So I do walk a lot when I'm at uni, like I do a lot of city walks, but I'm not really in the mood to do a workout when I'm at uni because that's just a bit over the top for me. And also I'm not really bothered to, you know, make myself die from doing a workout and then have to go to a math class because then my brain's definitely going to be asleep. I have experience from that, so I'm not doing that again. And I feel like working out 3 times a week is pretty reasonable. It's not a lot, but it's also not to the point that I would hurt myself, especially if I'm doing long workouts. So as of this week, obviously being the first week of February, I have managed to already hit 2 out of 3 workouts. I am going to do another workout after I film this video and after I update my weekly vlog that I'm also filming today, but it is going very well so far. There are some things that have not gone well in this writing routine yet, and we will talk about them soon, but that is another kind of goal that I'm just combining into part of my writing routine. And finally, the last overall kind of goal or writing routine situation I have going on for February is to sing for fun. I love music. I obviously incorporate music as part of my writing process and like my daily life, so I want to try and enjoy it more. So I have been singing a lot more. I've been doing this since January, like more consistently than I have in the past, and to me singing is just like working out. It helps me stay creative, it helps me stay in the flow state, and it really helps. So that's the only reason I'm really trying to integrate that more into my routine for writing, but also for like the sake of, you know, not overthinking everything, because it's fun to just let yourself listen to music. Now the first routine that is actually centered from days 1 to 14 in February is definitely more targeted to my innovation class I'm currently taking. And with that innovation class, I'm only going to uni twice a week. So on uni days, I'm only aiming to write for 20 minutes and making it as simple as possible for myself. Should I have lowered this probably to 50? Maybe, but I feel like it's kind of fun to challenge yourself, especially with goals. So I did make it 20 for the first 2 weeks, and it's definitely been a bit more challenging than I expected it to be for some reason. Now, the next one is to write for an hour on non-uni days, and this is not including weekends. For me, I'm not going to force myself to write on the weekends. I feel like that's going to be the same for every single month until obviously I decide I want to start writing on the weekends. But as of now, I'm not going to be writing on the weekends because it's just not easier to plan, and also I don't want to set a kind of routine for myself where I know I can't achieve it and then I just get mad and then, you know, fall off the entire kind of momentum. So writing for an hour on non-uni days, I have actually filmed this on the 5th, So on Wednesday I did not manage to write an hour. I was so tired and so drained. It was not working out, okay, but it has been fun, and I do like the 1 hour idea because it does force me to actually work on multiple books at a time because of how many projects I've got going on. I don't like dedicating like obviously a whole day to a book. Like, I just can't do that. That's not how my brain works. So recently I've been spending 20 minutes on another poetry collection that's called Project Heartbreak, but I don't really talk about it as much. I do post a lot more poems about that on my Instagram, so you can definitely check that out there. But it's not a book I'm planning on publishing this year. It's not a book I'm planning on publishing anytime. It's more just for fun, and who knows where the story's kind of going, because it's just a random collection right now. Like, there's just a bunch of random poems going on in there. But I've been spending about 15-20 minutes a day, or a writing session day, on it because I can't really think more than that at the time for this collection. Like, there's not a lot going on, and obviously because there isn't like some story that I'm following, it's more like just for fun and for the vibes I'm writing it for. It's just like hard to kind of say I'm gonna work on it consistently, so I haven't really been focusing on that project. But for the sake of obviously having a 1 hour, that's only about 15 to 20 minutes of my time for the actual writing session, so it has allowed me to start working on other books. And because of this, I have started a new project that isn't technically in my February goals, and that is called Project S. And I have no title for it right now. I don't have anything for this book. I have literally just got the outline and I started drafting it, and I'm having so much fun with this book right now, and I'm really enjoying it. It is definitely more of a fun break from everything. Will I end up publishing this book? We will never know, but I'm enjoying it a lot right now, and it's been fun because that has been taking up majority of the hour of these writing sessions, and it has been so enjoyable to work on, and I'm loving it a lot. So that's just kind of been it in terms of what I've been focusing my writing time on. I should be focusing on Project Broken Heart or Project B technically, but if you force yourself to write a project, then it's not going to work out, okay? We need to do things that make us feel happy and also give us energy. So I'm just going to work on whatever feels right at the moment, and I know I do have technically books that should be worked on, but it's just working out, okay? And I want to be gentle with myself. I want to enjoy anything I do, and I don't want to stress myself out. So we're working on Project S, and we're going to make it work, okay? If it doesn't get published, it doesn't get published. I don't care. But I'm enjoying the project. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the vibes of the book, and I am loving it so much. So I do not mind. And then, of course, we're still going to be listening to music when we're writing, because that is just how my brain works, okay? It needs music to function. Now, the next routine, which is going to take us from the 15th until the 28th of this month, is very, very basic, okay? We're still going to be listening to music to writing, and we are only going to aim to write on the weekdays, so similar to January's routine, but we're lowering it down to 15 minutes. Main reason for this is because my work schedule has doubled so much, and it's a little scary because there's a lot of logistics going on. Of course, I am going to be at uni a lot more than I was intending, and obviously it's going to be a lot harder to do this kind of writing routine that's like crazy, and you know, might actually help me accomplish my goals. But yeah, it's okay. We're working for 15 minutes a day on our books. That's still progress, and that's all that matters. Just a lot of things in life is just happening, and it's going to be interesting. I felt like we should really clarify a little bit. Like, I did set out to post 3 videos a week. I don't really care what days they were posted. I just aimed to post 3 times a week, and I have not been doing that because obviously that 2-week family kind of thing threw me off in January, so I wasn't filming as consistently, and of course I wasn't really doing a lot of, you know, videos in the background. I was just like trying to bulk up all those videos for that 2-week family stay, so I haven't really been filming, let's be fair. And now that I'm filming again in February, it feels a bit weird because I'm like a little out of practice, and my life is just feeling scattered right now because I have a lot of lessons going on, obviously for tutoring and teaching. I'm also going to be starting my semester. I'm finishing up my summer class for innovation. I have so many things going on in the background, like it's crazy. And yeah, major update in case you had no idea, but Project photo is now with beta readers, and I will not be getting this book back until the 16th or 17th, and I really want to dive right into it. But I'm also like fine with giving myself a bit more space because it's been a week since I sent it to them. In terms of overall how life is going, it has been great. I have really enjoyed my innovation class. It has been so much fun and so different, I guess is the correct term. If you've seen my Instagram post, the uni dump I did, oh my gosh, yes, there was random stuff going on. We were playing with clay, we were just having the time of our lives, and now we're doing a bunch of work. So it's been a big change, of course, with that, but it was so fun and I'm really enjoying it. It is getting a little bit close to assessment time, so it is starting to get a bit stressful, of course, with that in the way now. But other than that, it has been so enjoyable and I'm really loving it. My camera battery is flashing at me, so I guess it's time to wrap up this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your writing goals are for February, and I will see you guys very, very soon in another video coming out hopefully on Monday. I don't know, we'll see, because we're gonna finish this weekly vlog today, so I am aiming to get it out on Monday, but I'm gonna be editing this video right now. So bye bye and see you very soon.
Apple pie, yeah, they want a piece of us. My oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny, yeah, they wanna be like us. Na 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 na.